Hello boys and girls, welcome back to this third in the line of beer reviews. You're gonna have to forgive me if I've not got my numbers right. But hey, you know, I'm really enjoying going through these beers with you and explaining, you know, the sort of flavours and things, and you know, really getting back to drinking some decent beers. It's just, I've missed it so much. Anyway, I've got a glass here. It's a little bit dirty, but we won't worry about it. It's on the outside, it's dirty, folks, not on the inside. It's an Adnams. It's not a Spiegelau. You can tell the difference. Bit boring, isn't it, that? What I've got here, sorry, I shouted there, didn't I? What I've got here in this plastic PET bottle is the Cascade beer, single hop Cascade, 50 grams of Cascade in this. The extract I use was, oh, this looks fantastic. The extract I use was Holland and Barrett. And again, folks, what I have to tell you about this beer is I haven't put it in the fridge, okay? It's not had any time in the fridge at all. I've literally just gone and got it directly from the Shed of Doom. And as you know, folks, my Shed of Doom is full of beer at the moment. I open the door and, you know, like that bit in Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, as it's called now. It's not called that, is it? It's called Raiders of the Lost Ark, but you know what I mean. Do you know they changed the name of it? When they released it on DVD and Blu-ray, they changed it to Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark? No? Anyway, you know the bit where they go and put the Ark into that massive bloody garage thing and there's loads of boxes everywhere? It's like that. Only, you know, they're relics and mine's all beer. Loads and loads of cardboard boxes full of beer, because obviously I've not been able to drink them being off the beer for a while. So I'm going to show you this. There it is. There's the Cascade beer. Again, I want to point out, I'm not just, you know, drinking the same bloody beer I drank earlier. It's not the Simcentra. There's the Simcentra. Slightly different colour. Yeah, so I just wanted to point that out. The Simcentra, as you can see, has lost a little bit of its head, but there's still some lacing on there. This, again, has a perfectly decent head on it. Very pleasant indeed. I did use Holland and Barrett malt extract. Other malt extracts are available, folks. I only bought from there because they had a special on where you could buy a little pot of malt extract, food grade malt extract, 454 grams it was, and you buy one and you got one for 1 pence or something at that time. I don't know if they still do it anymore. I very much doubt it, but might be worth having a look. They also do, occasionally they'll do, if they don't do the buy one get one for 1 pence, they do buy one get one for half price as well. So you can get some bargains if you look around, folks. And in that instance, when I bought the malt extract, it was cheaper to buy from Holland and Barrett than it was just to use dry malt extract. And I bought probably about 8 pots. Just, you know, because I was able to save quite a bit of money on it, and it works out really cheap. So it's food grade malt extract. I'm going to say that up front. It's not malt extract specifically created for brewing beer. However, what I want to say is I've used this malt extract in other beers as well. Nothing wrong with it at all. Honestly, it's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. You can use food grade malt extract. Just make sure that there's no other little bits in there, no other flavours and things. It's got no other additions. It's just malt extract on its own, and you'll be absolutely fine. It's the same stuff, folks. It really is. So here it is. It looks absolutely fantastic. Forgive this bit down. This bit here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there. It's dirty glass, folks. It's on the outside. It's not on the inside of the glass. But I'm going to turn it round anyway, because I don't want to give the impression that I'm drinking a dirty pint, because I'm not. So let's give this a little bit of a sippy poos. But what I will do first is I'll give it a sniff, and immediately I'm getting grapefruit and the citrusy tones that Cascade gives out. Now, I don't know about you, but I think Cascade has got a tiny little amount, kind of, I don't want to say floury, and I don't mean like, you know, flour that you cook, you bake, you know, stick it in the oven and make bread with. I mean flowers as in, you know, like roses and that kind of stuff. Very sort of slight hint, flowery kind of, yeah, kind of smell there. I wouldn't say rose petals because they have a quite distinct taste, but it's like, smells like a bunch of flowers with some citrus thrown in. I mean, you know, if you haven't tried Cascade before, guys, you really should, because it's a nice hop. Really gives off quite a fantastic citrusy tone. It's very fruity. It really is a fruity beer. But I'm saying all that and I haven't even tasted it. This might be horrible. It's not. It's lovely. So let's give it a go. Yeah. Oh my word. Now, interestingly enough, good beer. Interestingly enough, that to me tastes a little bit more bitter than the Simcentra beer. This one over here, I did a little bit of a review of earlier on. It's a little bit more bitter than that one, but then that one has got 3 different styles of hops in. This has just got Cascade in, okay? So we can't compare it to that one. However, very smooth. Really is very smooth indeed. It's got a beautiful kind of citrus tone to it. There's no other way of explaining Cascade, guys. There really isn't. It's citrusy, kind of with some sort of flowery kind of very light hint of flowers thrown in, but very light. It's fruity and very pleasant indeed. Cascade is one of my favourite hops, alongside, you know, Centennial, Simcoe, Citra. I'm getting more used to Citra. Not a massive fan of Citra on its own, but I think if you use Citra with other hops, as was the case with the Simcentra, this one here, then you can, it really does work and you can bring out more flavours. But I mean, this is an outstanding beer. For what I did with it, I can't really fault it at all, folks. This is one of the easiest beers I've made, and yet it's one of the tastiest beers I've made. There's a lot of fruitiness in there, citrus tones, quite sharp, you know, the occasional sharp tone. But when I say sharp, I don't mean that turbo cider twang, by the way. I think it's important to clarify the difference between those two. You know, if you make a turbo cider and you're not using a decent yeast, you know, perhaps you're just using the cheap and cheerful Young's cider yeast, you will get that turbo cider twang in your cheeks there, and it will be like a sharpness you get. It's not the same sharpness I mean. What I mean is with regards to the kind of citrus tones, like the lemon you get there. You get a sort of, you know, if you have a Mexican cerveza, for example, and you put a bit of lime in, or maybe some people put lemon in. I probably wouldn't, but some people do, and you get a little bit of sharpness there. It's like, it's kind of like that. I tell you, anybody who tells you that you can't make decent beers with just malt extract is talking utter bollocks. Okay, you really can create a fantastic beer with just malt extract. Not on its own, obviously. You got to chuck the hops in and put it on the boil and work out your IBUs and all that stuff, but you know what I mean, guys and gals. You really can come up with quite a fantastic beer, and in this case, that's a fantastic beer. if I had to score it against the Simcentra, which seems a little bit unfair because they are completely different beers, colour-wise and flavour-wise, the Simcentra to me is just a little bit ahead because it's new to me and I've not had it before. I've not made one before, so that one is slightly ahead. I didn't score that one and I should have done at the end of the video. I apologise. I would give the Simcentra 8.5 out of 10. The Cascade one gets an 8 out of 10. It's just a little bit behind, but both very pleasant beers, you know, if you take them as single entities of their own right, which of course is all you can do really. So thank you for watching, folks. I hope some of that made sense, and you know, I do try and get across how, to me, some of the flavours are, and you know, whether they really are what they say on the list, because you know, you'll get an explanation if you look up on the internet. You'll find a hop and you'll go, well, let's pick one out of the air, Nelson Sauvin. Okay, so you're going to pick Nelson Sauvin out of the air, and you look on the internet and you go, all right, Nelson Sauvin, and you read up a description of it. It's got distinctive white wine fruitiness, in inverted commas, gooseberry. Considered by some as extreme, this hop is often used in specialty craft and seasonal beers. And while that may be true, to you as an individual who is tasting that beer at that particular point in time with that particular hop in, it may taste completely different, okay? Everybody has got different tastes, folks. And that's why really beer reviews are a very personal thing. If somebody comes on and explains a beer as fantastic, you can't take that as read. It's fantastic to them. It's not necessarily going to be fantastic to you, because we've all got individual tastes. Okay, and all we can do as brewers and reviewers, I'm not really a reviewer, but you know what I mean, is try and be honest and open and to describe as best we can how that beer tastes to us. And hopefully I've done that to sort of some degree. And if not, never mind, there's always the next one, isn't there? So thank you for watching, folks. I really do appreciate you sticking with me. Click subscribe, give us the thumbs up. Don't give us the thumbs down unless you've got something to say. Otherwise, go and watch somebody else. And we'll see you on the next one. So cheers for now. Ta-da.